the ESPN8, The Ocho. My name is Ron Burgundy, and today is March 23rd, 1987. And finally, South Korea will hold their first direct election. And I am joined by my co-anchor, John Stewart. John?
Hello, Ron. Today's news takes us back to the start of the Chinese Communist Revolution. Mao Zedong and Jiang Zeshi trying to win the right to rule China. Zedong pushed Zeshi and the nationalists right out of China and into Taiwan.
Now we turn to our irreplaceable reporter, Stephen Colbert. What can you tell us about the Chinese Revolution?
Well, Ron, the Chinese Communists had most of northern China post-World War II. Mao Zedong beat Jiang Zeshi, who fled to Taiwan with his nationalists. He set up People's Republic of China and conquered Tibet. The Dalai Lama had fled as well. Mao didn't win out of his great complexion and charming personality. He had won over and saved the peasant population from taxes and landlords. The first people complained how nationalist policies had led to economic hardship. People thought they were corrupt from imperialism and didn't like all these Western ideas, especially the countryside support who helped take down cities. After the First Revolution, there was a communist totalitarian state. At first, he helped reshape the economy and society from dynasties that were previously ruling. But he also discouraged practice of Chinese traditional beliefs such as Buddhism and Confucianism. The opponents of communism, like the bourgeoisie, were put down just like in the USSR. Speaking of the ex-CCP, Soviets had helped them build dams, factories, and encouraged collectivization. This when peasants combined their lands and worked together like good little citizens. Going along with this, in 1958 to 1960, the Great Leap Forward was made to increase industrial output. It created communes which brought together villages, but failure created low quality and useless goods. There was also bad weather, no incentives, and 55 million starved to death by the end. Mao Zedong wanted to reduce the size of his communes. So in 1966, Cultural Revolution went to purge the bourgeoisie. He wanted to make the generation experience revolution like he did. Teens made up the Red Guards and attacked the bourgeoisie and made people leave their jobs, factories, schools. By the end of this, civil war threatened. And now we're back to you, Ron.
Steve, we now turn to China's role in this ordeal. John, do you have anything to add to this?
Absolutely, Ron. The Chinese had gone to full communism, and the West saw the danger. Then the Soviets went and made a treaty with the Chinese, and many feared war was approaching.
Now that the Soviets and the Chinese were in cahoots, the Chinese received help both economically and technically from one assured that they could function on their own, turned to the Soviet Union and United States worries were ensued.
In other news, Korea has finally split into North and South.
Kim Il-sung, leader of North Korea, has ordered troops across the 38th parallel to invade South Korea and unite Korea as one. American forces have come to the aid of South Korea, hoping to prevent the spread of communism.
In reaction to this, China sent troops to North Korea's aid. These Chinese forces pushed the United States and the UN back to the 38th parallel.
The war ended with a stalemate on both sides, harboring with their tensions. We turn now to our reporter, Steve. He's joined by our special guest, Zhang Jia. He has come here all the way from North Korea.
Thanks, Ron. So, Zhang, your country has been divided much like that of Germany. Care to add anything?
Well, Steve, you know what? The South has taken out a less than desirable approach to the future. I speak for all my country when I say that we just want to combine into one country.
And you feel that their approach will lead to disaster?
You're kidding me, right? Our leader is a great man and will not lead us astray. Our way will always be the best way.
And there you have it. North Korea always thinking they're the best. Back to you, John.
That's all the news for today.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Mike Belleville is John Stewart.
Aaron, Ron Burgundy.
Rick Stephen Colbert.